Hello, Joe Latender here. In this video I'm going to show you how to install Kerdi Board. Now Kerdi Board takes the place of cement board. Really like Kerdi Board, just started using it. I guess it's been a year or two, and I really do like using it. It has a lot of benefits to it, and I'll show you in this video exactly what those are, and we'll talk more about them. So be sure to check out the rest of this video so that you can see some of the advantages that you'll have. If you are looking for a video that talks about how to install cement board, then you can also find that video on my channel. Now I'm going to have this video along with all of the others that go through this entire installation of this custom shower that I'm working on, and it's going to be on a playlist on my channel, so you can go ahead and go check out my channel and check out the playlist for this. I also have a members area on my website where you can come and get access to all my videos and help from me. That's called Tile University. That will be a link down below. Anyway, here, let's watch. This is a Schluter made product. It's called Kerdi Board, and this is what we're going to be installing on the wall versus cement board. And it's a foam, but it's very durable. It's waterproof. And so basically this is what we use. Now this washer serves, so instead of putting a screw here and then a screw in the other backer board, we're going to stick this right in the center, and that washer will hold both pieces in. And then it's also going to be the same thing. I'll screw these in right down the line. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install a built-in shower shelf here. Now this is a shower shelf kit that you can buy from Schluter. It's also made out of Kerdi Board. So now all of this is perfectly square. It's all waterproofed already. The only thing I need to do is cut it in where I want it, and I'll show you how to do that. This is called Kerdi Band. This gets thin setted on, and this is what I'm going to use over all of my joints. And so I'll use it in the corners. So everywhere where we put a screw, we'll cut little squares of these and we'll put it over that, so that that'll make everything waterproof. So this is definitely a totally different system than what I've shown you before versus using Hydroband. Okay, so I went outside. I already cut my first piece of Kerdi Board here, and all I actually had to use was a utility knife to cut this. And I just want to show you how light this stuff is. That's one of the advantages of using it. Also, like I told you earlier, it's waterproof. So once you treat the seams, and then anywhere where you stick a screw with the Kerdi Band, this is going to be a watertight installation. There's not any membrane that needs to be put on, and this stuff just is really slick. I love it. I've been using it now for about a year. And I really think that it's a great product, and you should check it out. It's super simple to use. By the time you figure in all the costs of buying cement board and then the paintable membrane, all of the cement board tape, and the work that you have to put into it, it evens itself out pretty well. So I do highly recommend using this. Okay, because I don't have my pan in yet, this is an 8'1" ceiling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top. And you can see I made marks up here where the studs were. And that's something that you're going to want to do first. And so I found that the easiest way to do this is I just take these washers. They got little prongs in there. And then I just stick them where I want them before I screw them. And it just takes a little bit more of the step away. Now I'm going to follow this line that's on here down and make sure it lines up with the stud down there. And you can see it does. So remember, I said I'm going to stick these two to cover one, so I don't need one right here. And so I usually go 4 of these. And so I'll keep going around and doing that real quick. So I don't have to hold this up, I'm just gonna actually put two screws in real quick so I can let go of this. Okay, you can notice that we kind of sunk that in a little bit to make sure it is nice and tight so it dimples a smidge. Now that will get filled in with thinset, so that'll be okay. You'll see in the next step what I'm talking about. I just want to show you here. So this is going to fit in between these two studs. And I'm going to bring it up farther, obviously. And I'm bringing this out right now because what I need to do is I need to mark where these studs are so I know exactly where the ends are. The in-between. Now I did the insides of the studs so then I can kind of adjust so I make sure some of this lands on the stud. So that's why I drew that line. And that's the only line I'm going to draw right now. We're not going to cut this out right now. We're going to wait and install this after all of the Kerdi board is installed. So now I'm sliding this up tight. And right in between the two joints there, actually that's the stud is over here. I'm going to put these washers in, and I'll just start with the screw right now to hold it up so I don't have to hold it up anymore. Now keep in mind you have these prongs, and so what I'm doing is I'm putting a prong on each side and I'm stabbing it in there. Okay, so I'm a little long on this Kerdi board, so all I'm doing is taking my knife and coming down on it, following the edge of the sheetrock, pulling it out, and now I'm sliding this up to get it into place. Now you can see that I don't have the grids out, and I'm doing it like this because this is a Kerdi membrane too that's covered over the styrofoam, so this side is waterproof also, so it doesn't matter which side, both sides are waterproof. And I'm just telling you that just in case you have damage on one side, or it really doesn't matter, you can fix it anyway, but I'm just showing you that you don't need to worry about which way. Obviously everybody likes this way because it's pretty. The end of the shower is the most critical wall that you need to have level. You can see I made some shims and I just stuck them in there, so this will shim the Kerdi board out to where I need it. And that is going to make it level. Now you want to make sure it's level this way and this way, as close as you can get it. This is just, these corners are the most critical and where you will have the most trouble. So if you spend the time now to make it right, it'll make your installation a lot easier later. Okay, so like I mentioned just there in the video, prepping a shower before you even install the Kerdi board or cement board, whatever you're using, is pretty important. You want to check to be sure that the walls are flat, that the corners, especially where you're ending your shower, are level. It really can be an eyesore if you don't have a level corner, especially if you're going to be doing glass doors. So these are things that you just want to pay attention to. Now I have a couple other videos that show you how to do prep, so be sure, I'll put links down below where you can go and check those out. Be sure to check those out. I'll go through either showing you how to prep in one video after cement board is installed, and I also have a video that shows you how to prep walls before cement board is installed, so be sure to check those out. Alright, let's watch. Okay, just like it doesn't matter if you put it up with this side out, it also doesn't matter which direction you run it. So now I have that wet wall, and I'm going to put what I have extra here for scrap on the other wall, and those are 34 inches. And I'm not going to use a T-square this time. I just want to show you how easy this is really to just follow this line if you go slow. And if you have some that you left on there, you can just shave it with your knife. So on the one long piece that I cut where I put it on the sidewall, the one that I flipped around, I have this nice big piece left over. And I'm gonna save this because this can be used for shelves, it can be used for the curb, or if you're a professional tile installer, or if you know you're gonna do more later on, you can save this for your next tile installation. Okay, so now that I got this piece cut, I'm gonna cut for the shower valve. And the thing that's nice is this is so nice having these grids because you can just make your marks. I'd come down to this square, so I'll just make these lines longer so I remember. This can be as simple as just following the grid line. So I'll follow this first one over here. I know this is the line. I'll come down this one. So this is about right here. And now I'll do the same thing. So it comes out that far, and I'll follow this line down. So that's where my shower valve is. It's circle. It's a little bit of a circle, so I'm not going to cut the square out. I'm just going to do an angle. Most of the time you have a nice big plate on there to cover this stuff, but then I'll just get my knife all the way through. Flip this around, just pull it out. Okay, now before I slide the Kerdi on, I'm going to actually take this off. Now I always like to have this around because it's nice to have as a guide during the installation, but I'm going to get it loose. And the easiest way to take these off so you don't scratch them is a screwdriver inside of it. A bigger one is even better than this. And now we'll just keep this loose throughout the entire installation, and actually we're getting rid of this one anyway. This isn't going to be the one that we're going to put back on. Now we can slide that up where it's supposed to go and put it back in there for temporary. And you can see then that my hole is pretty much lined up there. This actually is supposed to be on there, screwed on, but I'm just trying to get this up here, notched in there tight. And it's best to use marker. Now I'm just cutting so I can get that in there now that I know how big of a circle I really have. So I can cut it bigger to really get it in there to make it fit. Now my cap is nice and tight against it. And I can draw a really good circle now. And I will cut that out and that, and we'll have a perfect fit there. I just love how you can cut this stuff. I know I keep saying that, but I really do. There you go. Now this I'll save, kind of put it in here, but I'll keep it loose because I'm going to use this to cut my tile to mark it. Okay, so that's how you install Kerdi board. I'm going to go through, finish screwing this in, and then we'll go through and start talking about getting the waterproofing done. Okay, so that's how you install Kerdi board. Now there is another video that's going to give you more detail on how to finish that shelf that I was talking about earlier in this video, that built-in shelf, that Schluter shelf. So you want to be sure to check out that. I'll have a link below in the video here that you can click on to go right to that video. Also, the next video in line in this series is going to be talking about finishing up the shower, the Kerdi board part, where you're going to waterproof all of the corners, the joints, and the screws. So be sure to check that out so you can see what the next steps are. I talk about the products that you're going to need for that. And if you have any questions, again, check below or go ahead and leave a comment below the video here. The best place to get comments or questions answered are on my website or on my Facebook page, which links will be below for both of those. And again, check out Tile University. It's my members area. You'll get direct access to me so I can guide you through your entire process with you installing your shower. All my videos are in that members area, so you'll have access to everything. Again, my name is Joe Latender, and remember, we can all be saved through Jesus Christ. Have a great day.